because I was moping at that stage. I was like, I started to race cars again after the castle, blah, blah, blah. We won't get into the crash thing.
You know what it is? It's the entertainer in you. And it doesn't matter how much money you get paid. It's not about the bloody money. It's about these two hands coming together and appreciating what the hell you've done. Because as an entertainer, we crave attention. We can't help it. It doesn't matter what I have in my normal everyday job. If I don't get to express that, be who I am, it tends to be bottled up, and then I, probably lose my shit or something like that. I always jokingly say entertainment.
Do you lose your shit every second weekend? Like we do? We don't have a gig.
Well, no, because I play roller derby, so I get to hit shit. Yeah. So, I get my frustrations, I get to, I get
and that
to
has
hit
a crowd
bitches.
too. It has that.
Exactly.
And
you get to dress up, especially when we have our themed bouts. You get to rock out in weird costumes and smash the shit out of people in weird costumes. So
it must have been 2 years ago. You invited me to roller derby, and I took a mate with me. You know it. I had a great night. I couldn't believe what I saw. I watched roller derby from when we were kids, like 1978, all right, or something like that. There was this American, it was like a demolition derby for chicks on skates. It was so I went on to this, the one, it was at Carrara Stadium or something, and it was exactly the same. For me, it was the same thing. Over here, you had a rock and roll band, like a 50s rock and roll band, tattooed dudes, all these stalls selling hot rod gear and t-shirts, and the place was just filled with hot women for a start, right? I took a mate who didn't want to go. He said, "I'm not going to this gym." And then when we got there, we're like, "Yeah, they sell beer." So we stayed all night and worked the rules out too. It was sort of different to what I even thought it was. There was like, okay, there's this real fight going on in this real addictive competition.
Most guys, when they first come to Derby, all they want to see is hot chicks in fishnet stockings beating the fuck out of each other, right? Any man's dream. Yeah. Okay.
And we probably look at it on the internet most other nights.
Absolutely. Going, yes, I want to see chicks hit the shit out of each other in fishnet stockings, and their stockings getting ripped further and rah. Then they come to the game, and then they realise it's actually a really very hard-hitting, smart game. There's there's 76 pages of rules, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Really?
And we are tested. Right. What sport do you play? And I played pretty much every sport known to man. I've never had to sit an exam for a bloody sport, ever. Yeah. Ever. To play the sport. Not to ref it or to umpire it or any of that shit. Yeah. To play the sport. I have to, 3 times a year, I'm tested. Wow. Have to be tested to continue to play.
Interesting. Yeah, let's get into that, because you really hooked me on the idea. There was a million things that I regret not going back there. It's all right. Just being a dad, I think, But
and you can bring the kids.
Actually, I can bring the kids.
You can bring the kids.
Thinking. All right. Well, hang on. Let's get over this one.
Awesome wife will love it.
What's your derby name?
Cinderella. As in Cinder, roll her, but Cinderella. Yeah. Whatever.
What's your team?
And my number is 12 a.m. So of course
excellent.
Night out, yeah. So, and my team, which is Gold Coast Roller Derby, which I'm going to now blow that because I just resigned from Gold Coast Roller Derby.
Ooh! Yeah. Trouble!
Yes.
Trouble!
Well, my son is a Viking, so my son is with the Valley Vikings.
Which valley?
Tweed Valley Vikings.
Yeah.
And, so...
Rivalry. You're skipping town, sister.
I am, which is making my husband very proud, because I will be a New South Wales human, and that just makes him very pleased.
And you get to go to all the Jack's nights too.
Yeah, well, I always have.
Or be a part of it.
Well, and I've always NSO'd the boys' games. I love because I'm a penalty box manager. So when anyone gets sent to the box, so there's nothing better than being the penalty box manager and saying that you've got this bloke in your box. So at the men's nationals, I got to say, because there's a couple of guys' names. One's your mum, so I said, I've got your mum in my box. I've got Flaming Galar in my box. I've got a Flaming Galar in my box.
Do they all fit in there?
Oh man, I'm my box.
I couldn't fit them all.
I got a bus in my box.
Oh man. Okay. What do we think of that? No. Is it true? Seriously. Is it true? Because you know me.
Yeah.
I like to hear one bit of a story, think that I know everything about it, and then tell 20 people
the wrong
something.
story.
Yeah. So this is what I've been telling people, that to get the name
Cinderella.
Roller, yeah. You have to register worldwide.
You do. It's called Two Evils. There's a site called Two Evils, so go right ahead and look, and you will see. And there's a 9-month waiting list, and in 9 months' time, they can turn around and tell you can't have that name.
That's great.
It's just bad.
That's great. I'm going to talk about it because I went in there wow, this is great. I'm from the Speedway world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I got into this room, this huge stadium too, there was like 1,000 people in there. It was like, hang on, this is all chicks, and I'm not trying to be a creepy. This is like actual women with
and they're not all lesbians like that. Everyone thinks it's all just lesbians beating the hell out of each other. It's not.
Damn it.
Some.
But I don't know. I can't even explain it without sounding like a douche. But it was just super cool for that reason. And I had women completely disarmed coming up to me going, "Oh, did you see that? I can't believe." Without some douche husband going, or boyfriend going, "Oh man," it was like a real great place to let out your. It was the best thing.
It's the only sport I've ever played in where it doesn't matter whether if you won, lost, or otherwise. At the end of the game, everybody freaking goes around that track and high fives the hell out of each other and says, "Thank you, that was an amazing game." Yeah. It's how I remember football used to be. If you smack someone to the ground and it was a hard smash and hit, you'd be like, "Nice tackle," like that's that was a great tackle. I think we've also become so scared of hitting each other, so scared, and I think that's it too. Girls are not meant to be violent. Women are supposed to be these angelic little things that don't have this aggression in them, which is bullshit because. No one fucks with a mother of their kid. You go to fuck with a mum with their baby, she's going to tear your head off. And that's
and
what
in
people,
the cave, the idea
yes.
There are things going on in there, man. The idea that the boys are out hunting, that cave would be a hotbed in the old days, I'm sure.
Absolutely, but it's that headspace of women are supposed to be these. What is the old saying that they're something in the kitchen and then they're a whore in the bedroom and stuff like that. And people too scared to be about that. Women have always been that. Oh yes, yes, we're a whore in the bedroom. Fucking oath you are. And why are we not allowed to enjoy that? Why is it only a bloke's allowed to enjoy a good fuck? Why is that? Why is that?
Just keep talking, Cindy. Just keep talking, man. No, yeah, see, you got me stuffed again.
No, but Derby is seriously so. And I play against guys. Now the sport's definitely evolved heaps.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'll hit hitting boys is the best thing in the world. I'm 5'2". There's I'm not a teeny tiny 5'2", but I'm not a big human being. And so when they'll smack me it's hard. And I'm a 47-year-old woman, so I'm not like a chicken. I'm not some spring chicken. Yeah. And when I go to train...
See what I'm saying?
It's cool.
Cutting in. No, I want to ask real quickly. Yeah. In the fighting world, no matter what, no matter how good, you still have a weight sort of category. So you could be the best, but you're not going to fight...
Not in Derby.
Wow, so you can have a big... surely he's got to look after some. You can't just squish someone who's...
Bullshit.
50 kilo. You know what I mean?
Bullshit.
Okay.
Don't you step on that train.
Well, you're right, because that person will be faster.
You just step the hell around. I have I had a competition, I had a game that I was playing against one of the guys he's literally 6'5" tall. I'm basically head job height for him. I'm right in his crotch. And this is how it's all about mind games as well as being able to physically you got to talk trash. And I'm very good at talking trash. And every time I line up and there's boys on that track, there's 5 seconds.
Balls of mine tonight.
Well, I just apologise because I'm Mama Derby to most of the boys anyway, so it's Mum. And so I'm on the line and I'm going, and as soon as I hear 5 seconds, because you've got 5 seconds before that whistle's going to blow and we're on. And I always go, guys, I'm really sorry if I grab onto anything that I'm not supposed to, all right? Which, of course, automatically makes
grabbing the handle, doing the whip. Woo!
Which which of course makes boys' heads automatically go straight to their crotch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you
Yeah.
lose. I know that your head.
And then you can't think about all the game, all that. Damn,
she's going to grab my
in
dick.
my head.
Yeah. So I win that way. But against a cobra, he's 6 foot something.
A cobra.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So he's very agile and he's got long legs. He's like a big spider monkey. He's so long and agile. So of course he's constantly leaves that inside line open. I was jamming and he left that inside line open for me, thinking I'm just going to get suckered and go in there. But I know if I'd have gone in that inside line, he was just going to knock me off the track and I was going to have to constantly be running backwards. I'm strong and I've got really good low center of gravity, so I just push onto him and just push him until he's out of the engagement zone.
Right.
So if I'm strong enough to push him backwards because he has to continue going in Derby direction. So he's facing me, so I'm pushing him along.
So he's jamming. That means he's sort of blocking.
He's blocking me. I'm jamming.
Yeah.
You're
jamming.
I was jamming, and he's trying to block me.
What's jamming then?
The jammer is the person that scores all the points.
Ah, right. So you're that one person
Yeah,
in the... Yeah, okay.
They're the one with the star on the head, and then there's and I very rarely jam because I'm not quick. I'm a blocker.
So you leave it to your best jammer.
Yeah, you want somebody that's fit, not fit, but it's.
Well, everyone has their place in the team.
Yeah, they do, and I'm a blocker because it's very. If you knock me to the ground, I will congratulate you because that's the one thing I know. I can take a hit, give a hit.
Yep.
And you can
take a shit on the bonnet of your car in the car park, whatever.
Well, if I have to, prefer not to. Maybe shit on your pillow or in your car, but I won't do it on your bonnet. It'll wreck the paint job.
In your Cobra.
So yeah, you take on boys, and the best part about a boy, sadly, is that boys do have that thing. I'm faster than you are.
Yeah.
And they'll always try, and they'll always try to jump that apex. And all I have to do is stick my little tiny ass. Well, it's not actually tiny, but compared to boys, it is. And put my tiny ass out, and he's going that hard and that fast. I don't even have to use any strength, and I just put my ass out, and he'll just fall flat on his face. So
what's that term you use when you hurt yourself? Derby something?
Derby rash, like a rink rash.
This was ages ago. Yeah, rink rash,
There's
and then there was
rash.
maybe it was just a funny term.
Stupid, and you don't wear stockings.
Yeah, but if you break yourself, I remember, or maybe it was someone else saying it was like a derby. Anyway, I remember that night I went going, wow, this is pretty gnarly. And through you, everything's about Facebook, right? So
absolutely.
So I added, who's
Titty Griffin Hall and Sushi Slammer.
Oh, I love them chicks, man. I took a photo of them that night, and they weren't. Yeah. But, so anyway, I've been following them. Beautiful girls, of course.
Absolutely.
But on the night, they weren't doing Derby. They were dressed as these cosplay kind of characters.
Yeah, they were like
it just
anime
knocked me out.
dolls.
Yeah, and
beautiful.
Turns out, there's anyway. So they're on my Facebook. So and a couple of other people. I'm sure I've seen in the last 2 years, every one of you have broken ankles, knees.
Never.
Not you?
I got nerve damage, that's it.
All right, well, there's one.
Nerve damage.
Yeah, but
you can touch me there and I can't feel it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know, but here I come.
What about this?
Ah! Don't touch my stinking feet.
That's stinking. Yeah, so there's real. It's a good thing.
One of the girls that used to Spankenstein, she's in Melbourne. She's playing for the VRDL, VRDL is ranked in the world. I think they're number 4. In the world, number 3 in the world, which is huge.
Yeah.
And
what does that mean?
ranked.
But who? The person or the team?
The team. VRDL is Victorian Roller Derby League, and they are Australia's best. And we're in competition like here, when we have comps here, they're Australia's best.
Why are they the best?
They just win everything.
Right.
They are a well-oiled machine.
Wow.
They're just insane.
I lived in Japan last year for 2 months.
Japan went to men's nationals, men's world titles, and they were so loved by everyone because they're not so good at roller derby. But anyway.
Really? Well, what was interesting is
we live. Foot now, sorry.
Yeah.
Ah!
Come on.
They won't crack.
No.
They're so flexible. Don't you pull them? I've got flexible feet. So
in the town we live in, my wife's hometown, it's Yokosuka. It's called Yokosuka, and there's the Yokosuka City roller derby, but they're all American girls because there's a big base there, American base. Yeah. But they're still on my Facebook too, and they were trying to get something. I'm just really interested in it. It's like, and going back to what you said before, it's a place where where, girls, chicks,
Yep.
ladies.